what's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Loves Trap content, and welcome to the Trap. Okay, we are here this evening to discuss the finale of Bel-Air. Okay, and we got to get into some things, but before we do, we gotta make sure we at least get a little bit of cardio in. Okay, so please make sure you are liking this video. Please make sure you're subscribed if you're not a subscriber. Yes, Bel-Air is ending for this season. But there are other shows that I discuss, okay? So please stay tuned. I will be picking back up my original review of the original Power. I'll be getting back to that. Of course, we still have Power Book 2, and I have some movie reviews. So please, if you like what I'm bringing, okay, to the screen, please support your girl. Please share me. Let's get in the chat and have fun because I want to know y'all thoughts about this episode. And yes, if you're watching replay, let's get down in the chat because y'all know we like to conversate, okay? In the chat, okay? There's debate if conversate is a word, but we using conversate because this is a trap where we could use all the words we can, okay? But let's see who's up in here. We got Marcus, Daria, hey Ingaboo, HEA, Shawnee 12. How are y'all doing? Okay, this lovely Tuesday. All right. Thank you for coming through. Inga says she here to chill with us while she cook. What you cooking, Inga? We know we gotta discuss the menu, boo. So what is on the menu for tonight? Okay, I baked me some chicken. I made some rice and some string beans. Okay, I was gonna make some gravy, but I'm low key trying to be healthy. I don't want to add the extra calories, but I did make some cornbread, girl. I guess that defeated the whole purpose, but it's okay. I was, when you crave something sweet and I ain't feel like going to nobody's stove. So I was like, okay, I got some eggs because, it ain't cheap. All right. And I had some milk. It's a Jiffy Box. Yes, we got to pop it up in here. Okay. So I know y'all ain't come here to talk about what's going on in the trap in my menu. But, I like to share. We family. Okay. We family. That's what we do. All right. But y'all, the finale of Bel-Air. Let's get into it, okay? So we pretty much start off with Viv and Uncle Phil, kind of getting, a little recap of what's going on here, discussing the whole situation with Doc. And, Will's future is possibly in danger. We want to make sure Will is happy, okay? This family is sacrificing so much for Willie from Philly for him to be acting a fool on Venice Beach. He over here trash talking this man who clearly will whoop his ass, okay? This man is clearly at least 7 feet tall. But he over here talking big-ish, talking big trash. And I know this is bad. And I know Will is the main character, okay? But he needs his ass whooped, okay? He needs some humble pie. For real, okay? You over here in L of the A, okay? And don't get me wrong, I love LA. It's pretty, it's nice. But when you cross a specific bridge or a specific street, you better act right, okay? Venice is kind of you ain't gonna get into too many, it's kind of hippie vibe. You ain't gonna have too much of the thugs on Venice Beach. But Will, I'm gonna need you to pipe down that energy, sir. Okay, you're doing too much. He's just so arrogant and spoiled. And he just get on my nerves, y'all. I did not think I would really be aggravated with Will in this show, but he aggravates me. All right. And old buddy was like, all right now, I may got some age on you, but I'll put a hurting on you, okay? And of course, Jazz, being the great friend that he is, he helping him out, trying to diffuse the situation. But I'm like, Jazz, don't get me wrong, I love the fashion, y'all. I love the fashion. I don't want to get in too deep, but what did the wardrobe people have Jazz put on? The shirt, the jacket, we got the cow pants. What is this? What is this? Now, don't get me wrong. I like a risk. There to be different. But this was too much. They always have Jazz in something a little funkier than normal. But this is where the buck stops. We can't do this no more, okay? As an actor, I would have been like, bruh, nah, you put on some jeans or something. This is too much. This is too much. But y'all know how I like to be petty, okay? But that was a lot. That was a lot. Like, what is this? Did his original outfit get lost in the mail? Did y'all mess up? Did the order not come in? Like, let us sister know. Let us sister know. Okay, what y'all talking about? DeMarcus said, no Reed this season. I guess Erica plays Reed. Yeah, I was thinking about Reed too. They just kind of like left him off. Maybe Michael Ealy had some other obligations or something. But I was like, where Reed at? I mean, even though he was causing some trouble, and she had, Viv had mentioned Reed a few times at the beginning of the season. But I was like, where Reed at? Maybe him and Erica could hook up because they both low key shady. Okay. Well, Erica is high key shady. You make it salmon and stir fry capture. Ooh, that sounds good. I was gonna pick up a can of salmon the other day, but you probably make it whole salmon, so that's another story. Okay. Inga said, you just got one thing to say. Will and Carlton got on your nerves. Agreed. Hey, Tamika Boo, what's up? What's up? Girl, my Bronx sister, how you doing? Let's see here. Yes, Inga Jazz looked the mess. I'm like, what is this? They normally get it right on the show, so I must say that. But this outfit, no. And I can't even say individually because the pants alone, just put those in the trash, please. Thank you, wardrobe department. Okay, let's move on. So Miss Basson over here, or Mrs. Basson over here, she's giving Carlton all the pressure, okay? She was like, you seem to be a shoo-in for this Founders Award, okay? And we got, Princeton and the recruiter coming through. We're going to set that up. And, of course, we got this mental health, meeting coming up. So, we got this. I'm like, girl, like, she must have turned the application recently because she is trying to move up in the world, okay? Like, girl, pipe down, Miss Basson. Like, I understand. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Like, I understand. But just before that, y'all, Carlton Banks. I don't know if he got a middle name, but a middle name would definitely be fitting, okay? Carlton, I would say V Banks, had the audacity to be sniffing the cocaine at his locker. Like, in what world does this make sense? Now I know when you on that coke real bad, sometimes the dignity, out the window. I get it. But can you please, sir, go into a restroom like a normal cokehead? Like, come on, like, you're doing too much. School is in session. People are coming around. All up and through traffic, all up through the hallway. But you, dear sir, thought it was really discreet enough for you to be sniffing the cocaine in the hallway. I don't see that nail book in that locker. But you be sure to have the cocaine. Suppose, I know it's Bel-Air, but suppose they did a search. I know they was tripping, last season had a, will search, but that was another story, okay? But I'm just saying, Carlton, get a grip, bro. Get a grip. Yes, Tamika, all out in the open. Inga, you said I would have liked to see the original Carlton, Alfonso Roberto come over and play a character, something totally different that we used to see. Yes, I will love that too. Ooh, what kind of character would he play? Because he was normally kind of jolly. But yes, I would like that. Bring up all the people. We see, light skin on Viv. We're gonna talk about her in a minute, okay? But yeah, I would like all the people to kind of, don't make it cheesy. I feel like they can do it tastefully. We had Ashley, but I feel like, even if it's a small little little cameo, that'll be cute. Jeffrey, everybody, Karen Parsons, all the peoples, okay? I would really love to see dark skin Viv. I don't know why the actress names leaves me just now, but yes, bring her on. That would be fire. And she could show the real Aunt Viv how to put her kahunas on the table, okay? Because she a little too soft for me, all right? But I'm going to calm down, y'all. Yes, who snorted cocaine all out in the open? Just stupid. Like, you want to get caught. Like, is it that you want to get caught, Carlton? Like, let us just know. Like, we're here for you. I'm just saying. Yes, Raw 94. What's up? He back on that booger sugar. Well, it seemed like he ain't never got off what he telling. Like, is it me now? Y'all keep it real with your girl, okay? I know I'm in a trap, but sometimes I could be naive. But when he said he was like sniffing Xanax and stuff, I ain't gonna lie. Like, not this episode, but last season, I thought he was telling the truth. So it was really coke the whole time. Like, I was dumb. I was believing him. I was the naive one. Y'all let me know. Was I being naive? Because I thought he was really sniffing like the powder, form of the pills. But it was coke the entire time. I feel like an idiot. Oh Lord. Meanwhile, Will is on his, just lovesick, 1990s R&B, vibe, just all emotional, all of his feelings, okay? So he's on the beach, right? And, his, soon-to-be boo thing, Lisa comes to console him. And she was like, hey, boo, what's up? He was like, you ain't had to come. She was like, I got your text. I'm like, what was in the text? Because you must have gave her a pretty specific ass, like, I don't know if y'all sharing location or what, because if y'all ain't ever been to a beach in LA and it looks like Venice Beach, possibly, like the walk from the road from the water is literally legit a mile long. Like, that walk is ridiculous. I don't know why California got them long behind walks. Like, I do not opt to be in Jill Scott mode every time I want to go to a beach in LA. Like, it's too long. Like, you get tired halfway to the water. But it didn't matter for Lisa, okay? She wanted to consult and be there for her boo thing, all right? And, she would just let him know, like, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you know what? You've been the only one that's been there for me, And so, of course, we had to have the conversation. She was like, that's what friends are for. You like real, Dionne Warwick, like. And he was like, well, is that what we're meant to be? Like, is this what it is? And she was like, yes, I think it's best. I said, yeah, your mouth is saying that, Lisa, but the body parts are saying something different, because she immediately gave Will the hug of dear life. And I'm like, how dare you tell this man that you just wanted to be friends, but you got the tig old bitties all on his chest. Like, you're bumping nipples at this point. And you telling this man, you just want to be friends. Like, why are you playing these mind games, Lisa? Why? I understand you don't want to be hurt. None of us do. But girl, stop playing games. This man clearly wants you. Stop playing with us, okay? But Will, the whole time he's pretty much at the point, his main dilemma is he feels like, or it felt like being on the court, he was in control of his own destiny. But at this point, with this whole scandal with Doc, and I'm sure whatever happened at Bel-Air is, getting to him. And he was like, dang, I thought I was in control when I was in the court. But really, everybody else is pulling the strings. Everybody else is Geppetto, pulling the strings. I'm like, yeah, Will, you ain't really in control like that. To some extent, yes, you are. But that's how life works, okay? We got to answer to somebody. Oh, Lord. HEA. Okay, I wasn't the only one. You thought it was crushed pills too. Okay, I'm like, dang, am I dumb? Yes, Raw 94. Thank you, Janet Herbert. I thought it was Hubert, but maybe, But yes, thank you. Thank you. Inga, you said, and Will was playing games with Lisa too many times. Oh, no, yes, they're both accountable. But I'm going to just chalk it up to teenage love, okay? Child, let me get a drink before I talk about this little floozy. Hey, BB. Hey, Samara. Thank y'all for coming through. Y'all just in time for us to talk about Erica Baker, okay? I mean, her name just even smells of, like, trifling. Jezebel Floozy, okay? So Philip, he invites her to this office space, okay? And so she was like, what's going on? You was all mysterious in the text, what have you? He's like, well, this is my new office space. I pretty much done figured out I want to have, a smaller law firm. But it's okay. I'm going to show up to all the meetings at Carlton and Lake, make it look good for the optics, okay? I'm going to counsel with Garrison, keep that account rolling. I'm going to have my boy, picking up the legacy firm. Like, this is my compromise. And of course, her heart sunk, child, because she had so many plans for this man, okay? I know she ready to scope out the office space for your boy, like even next to her or across, so she could always peep game and peep eye on Philip. I'm sure she had business trips that she wanted to plan that was surprise or that was required of them too. Okay, I'm sure she had many lunches and dinners. Like, I already knew she had a little calendar full of necessary and important meetings with Philip Banks. So her heart was crushed because she was like, dang, my plan is kind of messed up. So that's what you get trying to be in people's marriages, Erica Baker, floozy. Child. Sorry, y'all. I'm annoyed. I hate homewreckers. Well, that's a whole nother thing. Because at the end of the day, it's two people. It's two people that takes to do the tango, okay? But we'll get to that in a minute, okay? Inga, you said this Uncle Phil is nothing like the original Uncle Phil. There's been a few times that the new Uncle Phil has gotten on my nerves. Yes, plenty of times, child. Everybody pretty much took their turns getting on my nerves on this show. But I guess that's a good thing. Yes, Inga is trash, okay? Inga is a new Mabel. Yes, facts, okay? But she's a little worse than Mabel, I feel. Well, I don't know. Mabel really took it there. That was on the couch and on the wall. Oof, yeah. But I see, yeah, we see each other, okay? Meanwhile, Hillary over there throwing down in the kitchen so good. She got LaMarcus speaking French and whatnot. He was like, I got some free time, my schedule. How about we fly over, to Patty, put this French to use tomorrow. I was just like, tomorrow. The bird in me was like, okay, boo, let me get my Louis Vuitton duffel bag and, get it together. But, Hillary, she ain't that much as a bird as I am, okay? So she was like, I don't know, that's a little sudden. I need time to think about it. I was like, I guess, Hillary, but that sounds like a plan to me. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm not that much of a bird. I still got my eye on LaMarcus. We don't really know his story too much because I could really see him just really trying to push her aspirations to the left to serve him in a sense. So I don't know. We're going to have to see. Because she already told my man, like, I got a lot of stuff. We got things popping over here with the influencer house. I got content to edit. Like, I got a lot going on. He was like, well, you need a little break. And I was like, well, you can kind of try to do some stuff on a plane, Hillary, and in a hotel room. Like, you can make it work. You can make it work. I'm like, passport, yes. Outfits, yes. Beret, check. Like, I would have been like, okay. Y'all already, kind of made it unawkward. Y'all already, consummated the low-key rekindlation by, getting it in. And she was like, yes, I'm glad you remember what I like. I was like, oh, Hillary, what you like, girl? I'm nervous. Like, I'm nosy. What's going on? What you like? What LaMarcus was doing last night, girl? I want to know. Child. Inga, you say I got a feeling LaMarcus is going to not be a good guy. We will see in the next season. That's what I'm scared of. I'm a little nervous. Like, what is in like the bag, Marcus? What skeletons do you got? And I do feel like, I'm gonna get to that, but I feel like her and Jazz ain't completely over. But we gonna have to see. Okay. Meanwhile, Janice / light-skinned Aunt Viv thinks she's so slick. I can't stand manipulative people. She thought she was real cute, talking big issues like, yes, I have a gallery that's willing to, hold 5 of your paintings, and I just support you so much, girl. Like, bow to the people, women's empowerment. And she was like, okay, I'm so happy. But of course, she's feeling awkward. What's up, Brillo? Thank you for coming through. Make sure y'all like this video, okay? And so before, she left, and Janice dropped the bomb. She was like, oh, I heard the board wants you to replace me for my little executive position. And, Auntie was like, they ain't coming to me, girl. Like, I wasn't calling their phone. They was calling me. All right, so I don't want no beef. And she was like, well, anyway, I would not effing give up, okay? I will be fighting for this. I was like, first of all, you in my house, you know me not be cursing, okay? I'm the only person that can curse up in my house, okay, Janice? I don't care how old you is, okay? You gonna tell, huh? People, that's what I'm saying, respect your elders. The elders need to respect my house, okay? This ain't the mansion that you and Uncle Phil used to have in the 90s, but this is my house, okay? Miss Janice, ma'am. So they low-key beefing. We got the aunties, new slash old Aunt Viv slash new Aunt Viv is beefing, okay? Oh, Lord. So, of course, Aunt Viv, she's still going through some things, all right? And so Philip, he was like, well, I think my little plan worked, my little compromise is going to work out. She was like, oh, that's great for you. And so, of course, she is definitely, just stressed out about this whole fellowship situation. And Philip, he was like, well, how about you just, take a back seat, blah, 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 just kind of let it go a little bit. And she was like, well, dang, deja vu. And he was like, girl, what's up? And she was like, well, I just feel like, this is another trend, what we do. You over here making moves, adding, a new law firm into the mix. But when I have a little adversity, a little obstacle situation that I'm dealing with, you're telling me to let it go versus encouraging me to move forward. And so in this situation, and of course, I'm a married woman, so I do got some experience with stuff. So I understand both points of views. I definitely want to say that. But I will be lying if I didn't say that I was more so understanding Uncle Phil's point of view. I mean, I understood both. But I truly know at this point, and I feel Unc wasn't really trying to like be on no hating, like selfish-ish. He really was, I feel like he was in a position where he didn't want to see his wife stressed out. And when you see your spouse stressed out, you, for the most part, if you love your spouse, you go into that protective mode, that safety net. Especially we got bread in abundance up in the Banks residence, so you don't have to really work too hard. I don't think he was really coming off as sexist or just wanting his wife to selfishly like pay more attention to him. I truly felt that he saw his wife stressed out and wanted to help eliminate that stress. But now that she has communicated like, hey, that is not what I need nor desire, I, need you to kind of encourage me a little more. So this is a teachable moment for Uncle Phil to now understand and know like, hey, I do want to have things I want to be able to achieve, but I need you to encourage me when I vent and not necessarily try to fix or eliminate my issues, because that's kind of a fine line, honestly, in the marriage and in a relationship. He just want to be there for his wife. Like, he's like, dang, I work hard. Y'all ain't really got to work. You could, yang, around the house with the little pre brush and all that, but you ain't really got to stress about all that. But of course, she's in her feelings. And of course, we kind of went through that last season, with the whole painting thing. But I truly feel like Phil was trying to do what's best for his marriage and for his wife. And, I think Auntie was just a little in her feelings. So I hope, we take this moment and learn from it. But it's going to come up again in this episode. And I'm ready to talk about that. Hey, Brick City Tut. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Brick City. I haven't been there in a minute, child. Whew, Lord. I can't wait to start my travels again around the world. Like Hillary. Okay. Anywho. Speaking of feelings, okay, Willie from Philly over here sitting up in his room on his brandy feelings, okay, and he calls his mother, and they're on FaceTime, and of course, and I love this moment because I can relate to it. I don't know if you guys can relate, but sometimes when you have that one person that you hear from or that you see, and if you're going through something and you immediately just start crying, and that person understands and already knows how to react to you. Like, I love that. Like, my uncle, for a lot of me, growing up, my uncle was that for me. And I would literally call him or he'll call me. And I would just be like, just crying. He'd be like, all right, baby girl, like, what's wrong? Like, and then I'll get to a point where I'm like, all right, cool, I can talk. So I kind of love this moment because I really related to this, coming up as a teen and in my early 20s, because you need that person that can really just understand you and just comfort you without really having to say too much. But he's reminiscing over there, looking at pictures about Lou with Lou and everything. And at first, Vi was thinking that Will was stressed out about Doc, but Will was really kind of thinking about his father. And, he was saying, I sat and told this man I don't need him, but I think I do. And she's like, it's understandable. It's your father. You may not, you may hate him, but that doesn't really negate the feeling of, wanting him. And I thought I was kind of deep. I kind of go through things with my biological dad as well that I kind of deal with. But I really can relate to this as well, because it's like, dang, like, you kind of trifling. I don't want to F with you, but at the same time, life is short. And Will, he's actually, very young. He's 17 and really still trying to figure himself out. So I can understand. So let me know in the chat. Do y'all think we're going to see Lou again? Like, I feel like it can definitely be repaired. They don't really have too much damage in between them. I just think they need to take baby steps to form that bond, and just take it like slow. Because, you don't want to, this is for Lou, don't you want to just come in like, I'm your pops, you do as I say, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you need to come in, chill, like, not really on the friend vibe, but just be real chill and relax and play your position until you guys build up to that father-son situation. But yeah, this was very deep and I appreciated it, even though we'll get on my damn nerves sometimes. Yes, Inga. Yes, I think we all be dealing with parental issues on some level. Yeah, I was great seeing her face again. I'm glad we saw her. Meanwhile, Carlton, okay, the fraud that he is, he over there talking big ish at the mental health kickoff. And really, his speech wasn't really, I feel like he was being honest with his speech. The problem is he ain't telling the whole truth, okay? He telling the people, yeah, to deal with my mental issues, I'll be on the cocoa, okay? And I got it for the low. Sorry, not in Bel-Air. I'm pretty sure they taxing the cocoa up in there, okay? But he can afford it. Well, we gonna see, because like Uncle Phil is gonna be reducing that allowance, okay? He may just put him on, give him a little. I'm sure he got like a debit card or something, but he probably gonna look at them transactions real quick. Like, what is this withdrawal over $25? Carlton, we gonna need some receipts, sir. They're gonna be real strict on Carlton next season. I can't wait. All right. But Drew over here, he just the whole time, I'm like, why are you even in this meeting, Drew? Like, you low-key getting on stalker vibes. But he was speaking facts. He was like, I don't know how you do it, Carlton. Like, you over here being real magical, because no matter how much I expose your punk ass, you end up coming out on top and having all the people believe you. But just know, I know you're a fraud. And of course, Carlton, he a little in his feelings, because he was being a little popish jerk, like, that's what I do. I'm like, Carlton, shut your behind down, okay? Shut your behind down. Ugh. Meanwhile, Hillary's trying to get advice from her parents about, the whole situation with LaMarcus and the trip. And she was like, well, dang, I don't want to seem, that I'm just materialistic by just going on this flight with this man, because we had, Jazz over here calling me, superficial. And I was like, girl, Jazz got his own issues. Don't worry about what that man had to say, okay? But meanwhile, it was kind of funny seeing, the parents still got their little unresolved issues. So they're pretty much projecting their feelings through Hillary in this scene. And she's like, well, dang, I don't know what the mama was just like, yeah, just do what you feel. And of course, Uncle Phil was like, go with your heart, because at the end of the day, there shouldn't be nothing wrong with a man trying to take care of his woman. And of course, Vivian's like, well, just make sure you don't lose focus of your dreams, baby girl. And she was just like, I'm like, did you catch on? Are you reading the room, Hillary? I guess not. You too focused on Paris and, the tea and crumpets that you're going to be eating. Well, maybe that's more London, but y'all know what I mean, okay? The Eiffel Tower. Ugh, sorry. Y'all, this next scene was kind of funny to me. So we invite light skin Viv back up into our home, okay? And I'm like, ugh. She was like, well, I'm glad you wanted to apologize. And I was like, see, that's the only reason why you came up in here, because you thought you was going to get a little apology. But Viv was like, yeah, I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. Got to come to this. She was like, dang, she done make me waste my gas money coming over here, and this ain't really no real apology. So Viv was like, dang, you really trying to smear my name in the press? Like, this is what we doing? This is not what we need. For the optics, it don't look good, okay? Because at the end of the day, they're going to see two black women over here fighting like it's basketball wives or loving hip-hop, and we don't need that, okay? We need to have a united front. So I already came up with a plan. Like, she low-key strong-armed her. I'm like, go ahead, Suge Knight. Go ahead, Suge Knight. Go ahead, let her know what the plan is. Like, I'm like, I love this. I ain't gonna lie. Because Aunt Viv was like, yes. What we gonna do? We gonna make sure, like, we got it set cute, real cute. So you gonna tell the people that you gonna retire. You want to spend time with your grandbabies in Detroit. I said, oh, Lord, we bringing the grandbabies up in here? Is this a threat? I knew it wasn't, but, the bird in me was like, I like the conflict, okay? And so, she was like, it's going to be cute. We're going to make it like you're passing the torch. Because pretty much at the end of the day, we want to make sure we keep the melanin in the office, okay? That's more important, okay? We need to make sure we're passing the torch to someone else that's going to hold this position in as much integrity as you have. Because what we're not going to do is have somebody all pasty up in here and not appreciating the art. And of course, Janet / old / new / light skin Aunt Viv pretty much just kind of saw no way. I'm like, okay, Suge Knight, I'm not mad at it, okay? I ain't gonna lie, I just have to know I love the pieces that they have Aunt Viv wear. Like, they really do, for the most part, a great job with the wardrobe, except for, Jazz trifling outfit at the beginning. But yes, they really do a good job. So now we get more into the Doc situation, okay? So Will goes into Uncle Phil's office, was like, I want to talk to you about Doc. He was like, well, I already decided I ain't effing with him, okay? I'm not going to represent him. And if you, could come across any issues with your college in terms of playing, we going to handle that because you ain't do nothing wrong, okay? He was like, well, I know that's cute and all, Uncle Phil, but there's more people that's affected. So he bring over 3 players to talk to Uncle Phil. And I was like, I know you live here too, but we can't be trusting everybody with the Addy. Like, you can't be having any. I mean, these seem like fine young men. It's cute, okay, but we don't know if they got a crazy cousin Ray that's always looking for a lick, okay? We can't be having everybody at our house. I mean, we do be having functions and everything, but they're normally prestigious people, but that don't mean they don't steal. But I'm just saying, if I was Uncle Phil, I'm like, I need a sign in and the sign out sheet out my house, because at the end of the day, you're gonna just be rolled up in here. I don't know your people's where you live at, okay? You're a whole lawyer up in here, Uncle Phil. Okay, we need to protect our assets. Anywho, Will was like, I think the gentlemen have something really important to say. So they start telling, Uncle Phil how Doc has really been helping, them in their time of need. No, they didn't understand or didn't know that Doc was taking money, behind their back. But at the same time, Doc has really been supporting them financially in different ways. He's providing groceries, dog food, paying for one of the young fella's fathers to, get a suit. And I'm like, well, if he would have went for the 2 for the 99 store, that's a nice little hookup, okay? And so one guy was like, dang, my mom lost her job, and I came, went to my locker, and it was like an envelope full of money. I was like, oh, how much money? I'm sorry, the bird in me just be nosy. I'm like, oh, how much money did Doc give you? Like, was it like a couple months rent? Like, how much? But I guess that at the point, we just want to, we just want to let Uncle Phil know, like, Doc has really been there, even though his methods aren't always, on par. He was looking out, okay? And so we see Phil and Will meet up with Doc, and he pretty much was saying, at first, me and Lorenzo. See, you can't be trusting nobody named Lorenzo. I ain't never met a Lorenzo in my life that I can trust. Shout out to if any of Lorenzo's are watching. I'm just playing. But for everybody else, we don't trust nobody named Lorenzo. They don't have a good track record, okay? I done met about 4 Lorenzos in my life. Never was a romantic situation. Let me put that out there, okay? Just people I had knew in real life, and they was never, ever, ever, ever trustworthy. For the people in the back, okay, pay attention. Lorenzo, keep your eyes on them, okay? So, Doc is pretty much saying, like, you know, at the end of the day, my heart is pure for these kids, all right? You know, the situation started real innocent, but once I realized the game and how, you know, this, you know, fugazi $billion industry be treating our Black youth, I feel like I had to step in. And of course, you know, NIL deals, if you guys aren't aware, NIL deals are pretty much deals that athletes, I'm not sure if it's a college. Yeah, it is college. I mean, high school. I'm not sure if high school students, but according to this, it may be high school students too. But it's pretty much like endorsements that college and or possibly high school kids can sign to earn money, which is great because far too often, especially with me, just being, you know, a follower of basketball, you will see these college kids over here poor, but banking millions of dollars for their schools. And of course, football is a big sport as well. So I just love the fact that now they have NIL deals. But Doc is pretty much referencing before these deals, these kids really didn't have no option. So yeah, I would slide them a few C notes or so. But you know, at the end of the day, yeah, you know, I probably was wrong for taking the extra bread. But at the end of the day, I was doing right with the shmoney. And I was like, okay, Doc, like I feel like, how do y'all feel? Like I feel like at the end of this episode, I was low-key liking Doc. So let me know if I'm being soft or not. Let me know if you think Doc is trustworthy from now on. Because I think I'm softening it up. Now, do I trust him 100%? No. But it's up there, y'all. I think Doc can be trusted at this point. All right. Because we had Lorenzo come up in the office. Okay. And of course, he was like, my lawyer, Phil, is here. And here's the terms. Okay. And so Phil, first of all, he he was looking at old boy's record. He was like, dang, petty theft, resisting arrest, robbery. Oh, what is this? You was in a drug bust. But 2 of the homies is still locked up. Why you out, bruh? Oh, you was over there snitching. So what the homies on Crenshaw gonna say about you snitching, bruh? Of course, Lorenzo was like, well, if it's between you and I, they gonna be effing with me. I was like, Lorenzo, you got too much faith on the hoodlums and Crenshaw, okay? Like, I think snitching and stitching, like that all is universal to me, okay? So I think you got a little much too much faith in the homies, Lorenzo. So he was like, you know what? I need you to get off your high horse and stop playing with me, Doc. And Doc was like, hey, here are the terms. You get twice as much what I was originally offering. You go ahead, start your own team, do what you got to do. And, you know, Lorenzo, you weren't trying to hear that first, and he was about to leave. And then, of course, we have the goon of all goons in a 3-piece suit. Jeffrey, I swear, Jeffrey is so bomb. Like, I love this character. He was like, the meeting is not over, sir. That was a horrible Jeffrey impression. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. And so Lorenzo pretty much was compelled, okay, to sign the contract. And they was like, you know, you go ahead and make your own team, take your own bribes, do what you got to do, and get out my life. So I was like, all right, I like it. So we went ahead and protected the kids because they was over there home in the project stressed out, not knowing if their careers is going to be effed up or not because these 2 fools couldn't get their little situation together. So big ups to Uncle Phil coming through for the Black youth of America. And now we're seeing so much growth in the Will, okay? He's over there meeting up the team. So he brought, and it looked like Venice Beach here as well. So it looks like he, you know, summoned his teammates and his coach to Venice Beach. And he was like, Ty, that was one of his main homeboys. I don't know if he's supposed to be like the cornflake from the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know if y'all remember Cornflake. That was like the cool white boy that, Will was hanging out with. But I don't know if the cornflake was playing ball though. I don't know. A bowl of cornflakes sound real good right now. All right, y'all, I'm getting off track. Okay, so they was like, dang, coach, I'll be here. We got surfing drills. Like, what's up? And so they see Will, and he was like, hey, I know y'all got the little, meet up with I forgot the name of the school that quick. But it's like named after a city or something. But he was like, I want to make sure y'all prepared for the semifinals, okay? So y'all going to go over here, play with my team, Zenith, and we going to toughen y'all up and show y'all little tricks. And they was all excited, like, dang, Zenith, like, for real? So they was really appreciative that Will was over there, trying to just help out. And even the coach was like, Will, like, dang, this is what I've been wanting to see out of you, seeing some leadership, just not being selfish. So he was like, next season, holla at a player so we can get you back on the team. He's like, well, I'm gonna holla at you. So I'm like, okay, we got that, situation done. I'm like, yes, we over here checking boxes off the list for next season, y'all. Oh, Lord. Let me take another drink, child. So we back at the office, y'all. The new office. And so Jeffrey is getting like unknown calls and people calling him. I said, we ain't got time. Like, if you're a telemarketer, stop playing. Like, I'm like, who over there? See, I was getting nervous because for you to be threatening the threatener, you got to be hella bossy, okay? So he a little stressed out because we know Jeffrey be knowing everything. So the fact that he can't figure out who calling and hanging up, like this, the 80s and the house phone, he aggravated. But then it was paused because we have Erica back all out in the office, Baker, trying to pop bottles like we in the club. I said, you got all your bare arms and your back, and the tiggle bitties peeking through. Talking about congratulations, Philip. This is going to be a great partnership. And see, Jeffrey be clocking everything. He already know. And I love it because every time Jeffrey be like, Phil, he either give him a look or tell him verbally, like, Phil, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, bruh. But, everybody grown, so it but so much Jeffrey can do. Raw 94, you said this Jeffrey is a gangster like this one. Hope nothing finna happen. Child, we gonna have to see. I'm a little nervous. So, upon, congratulating Phil, Erica had the audacity to put her peckers on his peckers. And Phil was like, pump your brakes. We got to keep this strictly platonic, strictly professional. She's like, I'm sorry. I just got a little carried away. I said, somebody to carry your ass back to your car because this is too much. And now, I'm just so aggravated. Let me know in the chat, do y'all think it's ever a good idea to be, in any capacity professionally with an ex if you're married? Or have a serious spouse? I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand, you can be confident. You could be, what's the word I'm looking for? Secure in your relationship. But I feel like there's always one variable that you can't quite trust, okay? And that variable in this situation is Erica, MF, and Baker. And even Jeffrey was clocking. He was like, you holding the paperwork? He's like, we still got time. We still got time to call it quits and change our mind. And Phil was like, oh, no, I just got to play her game. I know how to handle Erica. I said, no, 19 to 21-year-old Erica. This is 39-year-old Erica who been around the block a few times, okay? She know how to manipulate a man much more than her 19-year-old self. So I feel like Uncle Phil is really being too just low-key with this. and he's not taking it as serious as he should be. And if he don't be careful, it's gonna be some problems, some marital problems in season 3. And I just ain't got time. We already got to worry about Carlton crazy behind. We do not have time for no marital problems. But they may give it to us because it's drama, and they all know we likes the drama. Yes, HE, I was mad at Eric. Oh, trifling heifer. And then I also wanted to note that apparently Jeffrey has an office there, and he's going to be helping out. I'm like, oh, this is fire, okay? Especially Jeffrey don't play with the people. He going to be all on those lawyers' ass, okay? He going to be clocking them hours. He going to be looking at them financial records. He not going to be playing with these people. I'm going to love it. Jeffrey is the type of person you need to have on your team, professionally and personally, okay? He will be ready to knuck if you buck, if you say the call. Shout out to Jeffrey, okay? HA said, especially if they have a hidden agenda. Exactly. And we already know she had a hidden agenda. You can't tell me there was nobody else that was qualified to work at Carson and Lake, Erica Baker. There was no other lawyer that would fit the bill. And granted, and Phil did make a note like, hey, to help smooth this over with Carson and Lake, just let them know and remind them that only 1% of the cases that that are referred from them are minorities. So that kind of helped, So I'm going to say, the pickings are probably slim when it comes to the lawyer situation and the lawyer pool, the ethnic African-American lawyer pool in LA. But you can't tell me that Philip Banks was the only formidable option. Child. I wish Vivian was around to beat her. Anywho, y'all, it's time for the Founders Award ceremony. And I just got to shout out, I love this color that Will has on, like this crushed, like burnt orange. Like, it's so fire. Like, I love this. Our melanin just be popping so much. Like, shout out to the melanin. We could wear anything. All right. And so him and Phil and Will have a conversation. He was like, dang, thank you so much for helping me out with the team. My teammates like they would love to have an Uncle Phil. He was like, dang, like I really appreciate you, Uncle Phil. He was like, I love you. And he was like, I love you too. And they hug. Like, y'all don't understand how important it is for me to see and the world to see Black men in this fashion, just showing appreciation, just being very affectionate and very vocal of how they feel about each other in a positive manner. Like, this is monumental. Not saying that it never happens, but in this platform, I love it. We need it, we crave it, and we love it. Don't get me wrong, I love the Pow Pow shows. I love it too. But just to see that balance, I feel like it's really needed. Yes, very chic, HEA. Ika, you ain't playing about Carlton. You was on his neck, okay? So, Will made a cute little gesture. He was like, I like how you was working, Uncle Phil. Like, I don't know. Sports law may be something for me. I was like, that is kind of cute, Will. But are you going to be disciplined enough to go to law school? Because we already know how you be, okay? Meanwhile, Carlton and the rest of the family walking. I'm like, Lord, we don't need to see Carlton seeing this because we already know he'd be up in his feelings every 50 seconds. All right. And so everybody's like, damn, we all look good. Black excellence. And so Ashley gives Will and Carlton cards, just, telling them that, congratulations. I appreciate you. You're my heroes. Don't you know that you're my hero? Sorry. I gotta brush up. Okay. But Will was like, damn, bringing in, Ash, like, they got a great relationship. And then Carlton, he was like, thank you, Ash. But meanwhile, he knew he wasn't ish and didn't really deserve that honor of, her gratitude. Okay. Poor Ashley. She gets a little heartbroken. Okay. So we get to the, function, and Jeffrey is worried. And then when Jeffrey is worried, that means PGLTC is worried, okay? And he tells Phil, yeah, I traced the calls. I was like, oh, how you do that? See, I need to know who all on Jeffrey's team because his team is fire. Like it got to be people from the CIA, the federal government, something because he got people, hackers. He got it all. I want your team, Jeffrey. Okay, but he finds out the calls that he's been, missing. It was traced to East London. Now I don't know if East London is the hood or not. Okay. I watched Top Boy. If y'all don't know, a little shameless plug. Top Boy is a show. It's kind of like, I don't want to compare it to Power, but it's a drug show. But it's based out of the UK and it's coming back. The last season is in September. I will be reviewing that because I love the 2 previous seasons of Top Boy. So it's definitely gonna be fire. Real Jeffrey like, okay. But anywho, he looks a little worried. So I'm like, that's all right, Jeffrey. We gonna get on the ass. We gonna find these folk, okay? I don't care if we gotta take a trip to London and figure that out. That would be hot if we go on a little vacation because they ain't take us to Paris with Hillary. I'm sure they won't. But that would be real cute. Real cute. Inga, you watch Top Boy too? That's good. I love it. Meanwhile, Will, he makes amends with Jazz because he's pretty much, taking accountability and ownership and repairing all his little relationships because he was acting a plumb fool in the beginning of the episode, okay? But, his mama kind of brought him back to life, back to reality. So, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, this blue suit that Jazz had on, it was fire. I'm just saying the melanin's fire. So he, told him like, I love you, bro. I appreciate you. So they really make up. And he was like, I'm feeling away because I think I lost Hillary, my special boo thing. He was like, well, she may be on a trip to Paris with LaMarcus. He was like, dang, I was, stalking the IG. I just thought I was tripping. He was like, well, her flight leaves in a couple hours. You may have a little time to say your final thoughts and try to get your woman back. I said, okay, we're going to have like a little cheesy, last minute, runaway airport situation. That's cute. Meanwhile, Will and Lisa, they kind of staring each other down from across the way. All right. And then, of course, Jackie comes over. Will, it seems like everybody made up except for us. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate Jackie, but the whole situation just was messy and awkward. And I still haven't let go of the fact that Doc said she got demons. So I need to know what all her demons is because we know she liked the drink. Okay, she liked the bottle. But he said demons with like plural. So I don't know what else problems she got. So maybe we're going to play it safe with Lisa. She get a little aggravated too. She ain't perfect. But maybe we need to stick with Lisa. She's probably the best of the two. Even though I like Jackie in terms of high dynamic. I don't know. She's giving me like weird Effie vibes a little bit. I don't know. Let me know if y'all team Jackie or team Lisa, okay? So Jackie comes over, he was like, it's cool. I understand it's your uncle. You was kind of in a weird situation. Meanwhile, Auntie come over and heard Jackie chop it up, and Will found like, it was a perfect time to run after Lisa because Lisa's little heart couldn't take watching him and Jackie chop it up. And of course, she's all in the library like, get it together, girl. Get it together. And so Will comes and like, hey, Jackie, like, no, sorry. Hey, Lisa, this ain't, the optics don't look good, but it ain't nothing going on with me and Jackie. And long story short, they realize like being friends is lame and they ain't trying to do all that. And so they start slobbing each other down. So they back together, y'all. They back together. We gonna see how this goes. I don't hate them as a couple. I mean, it's still messy because we know Carlton is still in love with this girl. And the whole time I was praying, Lord, please don't let Carlton see these people. Please don't let Carlton see these people because he gonna flip his shit. But no, Carlton was too busy snorting the cocaine yet again at the lockers, okay? But before that, Ashley sees Olivia, her classmate, and looks like Olivia is part of the LGBTQ community. And, Ashley clocked her little rainbow pin. And so they, pretty much made plans to link up over the summer. So I'm curious, are we going to jump into the school year next season, or are we going to get some summertime action for season 3? I don't know. I think I would be liking some summertime action because it's still going to be drama. Okay. I mean, it's kind of giving me Beverly Hills 90210 just a little bit, but it's cool. It's the black version. All right. So Carlton is over there because he's in love with the cocoa. This man, granted, I was getting on him because he was snorting coke at the locker while school is in session. But this is nonetheless not as significant because we had a whole prestigious award ceremony and you still found it that it was safe enough, discreet enough to still snort coke in the hallway and not keep your head in the locker. No, this sir was over here with the coke in hand, all like neck all back. I'm like, yes, it was bad for Ashley to see it, but it could have been worse. It could have been somebody on the board. It could have been a principal. Could have been Drew's on traffic behind with his camera. Like, it could have went so left. Like, Carlton, like, bruh, what are we doing here? Go to the bathroom like a respectable cokehead. Come on. You at school, sir. So Ashley sees this because she was just trying to give this man his little cue cards for his speech. And so he's like, oh, this is a little Xanax, which I thought it was the whole time, but apparently Carlton been the cokehead for 3 years under my nose. I feel like a dummy too, Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. I feel bamboozled, hoodwinked. So Ashley's like, I don't watch too much cable. You cannot fool me. You lying, bruh. I ain't stupid. So Carlton, he was like, just forget it. Just let it go. She was like, I can't do that. I don't watch enough after school programs, okay? And I see PBS. I ain't doing that. I'm trying to save you, bruh. So Carlton, in his coke mid-rage, decides to threaten her and grab her little petite arm and told her not to say a goddamn thing. I said, Carlton is unhinged. Ashley don't bother nobody. She over there just trying to save the animals and save the world and save the teachers from getting fired. But he over here having a whole rage moment with Ashley. Oh, I agree, Inga. I'm so over Aunt Viv. We're going to get to that in a second when they get home. But yes, like I said before, she need to channel that dark-skinned Viv energy because she over here with the light-skinned Viv energy. And we don't have time for that. Our kids is on the crack, guys. We don't have time to be nice, Vivian. Meanwhile, I want to know what y'all think about this. Because Jasmine over here, he went over there. I got to fight every night to prove my love. He over there proving his love to Hillary. Okay, he see the luggage. She was like, "Dang, I know you gotta go." She was like, "Yes, this is not a good time." He was like, "Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and lay my feelings out on the table. I don't want no regrets, nothing." So long story short, he was like, "You know what? You bad bitch. Okay, you're smart, you're kind, you're beautiful, you're sexy." You're driven. You got your career going on. So I ain't gonna lie. Like, I wanted to push you away before you push me away. And red flag, insecurity. Flag on the play. But I'm glad he has some acknowledgement. So he was like, I need you back, Hillary. She was like, I was over here sitting up in my room like Brandy for a week, okay? Because I was hurt. And I don't want to be hurt again. Can you promise me, dear sir, that, I will not be hurt again? So, y'all, I want to know how y'all feel about his response. Because he said, no, I can't promise you love won't hurt again. He was like, love hurts. I understood what he said, but at the same time, love shouldn't hurt. But the fact that he said he can't promise her love won't hurt again, I feel like it's kind of layered, okay? Because one, no, you can't promise no drama would happen again because we're in this world, in this unpredictable life. No, you can't promise. But at the same time, if you're begging for me to come back this hard, dear sir, I need you at least promise that you will not do anything to hurt me again. Because, sir, you're not selling me to get back with you if you leaving it out there that I may get hurt via you again. So I don't know. I appreciate his honesty and vulnerability, but at the same time, we ain't got time. I'm going to roll with this boy LaMarcus over here who ain't never hurt me. I'm going to do that because, his track record a little better than yours, Jazz. So she was like, I got to go. So they had a great little scene situation where they show, Jazz opening the door. First of all, he was a little cocky when he was in that record store opening that door, like, oh, here my girl. And then we see Hillary at a door, but we realize that she's talking to LaMarcus, like, oh, let's go. And then we see Jazz. This fool done got a UPS package thinking it was Hillary. I was like, oh, yes, pick your face off the floor, sir. Pick your face off the MF floor. That shit was so funny, y'all. I can't even lie. I wanted to feel bad, but the way he was looking all cocky, like walking to the door, I was like, no, I'm going to need you to get some humble pie, boo-boo. Like, for real. Speaking of pie, hey, apple pie a la mode. He said, right, Uncle Phil going to mess around and cheat on her with that skank old friend. Yes, child. Ooh, yes, he was wrong for grabbing Ashley like that. Inga, you said, but this whole thing started because Jazz was tripping. Exactly. HEA, you said her voice, Coco Jones is fire. Yes, I've seen her sing as well and heard her sing. She's definitely a great threat in these streets. Okay, I feel like she needs to get more acknowledgement. Okay. But yes, Carlton was over there sad with his package. He didn't want to open the box. I'm sure it was some records, but it was hilarious to me, okay? So y'all, it's time for the award. It's time for the Founders Award. And of course, because we know Mrs. Baskin or whatever, we know she done rigged this darn thing. The whole time she was beefing up Carlton. We already know she had something to do with this win. I feel like at this point it was just Carlton and Will. So it wasn't that hard to do because Will, he ain't going to ask for no recount. Okay? So Carlton wins the award. He starts off, like he was cool, but I guess that conscience done got to him. And, just being high and everything, he was just like, you know what? I'm feeling vulnerable. So he pretty much telling people, I'm a fake, I'm a fraud. A lot of all my friends and family, I'm a cokehead. Yes, I do. Likes this coke, the booger sugar, okay? The white girl, whatever you want to call it. And of course, Vivian feel like this boy. And black parents don't like to be embarrassed in public, let alone the prestigious public. I'm like, Lord, you done shamed the bank's name, Carlton. How dare you? And Will the whole time was like, dang, I could have got the darn award. You over here. But they did know, they did make a point to show how Will was very happy for Carlton. I mean, Will wasn't tripping too much, that just would have been nice, icing on the cake. But Carlton, he confessed his drug addiction, and Connor over there, Connor looked real rough. Did y'all peep how Connor looked? Like Connor, like he was taking some other drugs. Like he was giving me low-key meth vibes. I'm like, Connor, like you went back to the house, didn't you? I'm sure the people had meth. Carlton looked bad. Not Carlton. Connor looked bad, okay? And of course, Lisa, Drew, everybody's like, ooh, what's going on? Ashley, she didn't even get up to congratulate him. She was like at her little chair, like, a little fraudulent cokehead. I ain't getting up. I ain't getting up. So he, pretty much took the walk of shame and walked off. And of course, the family followed him. I'm like, oh, that's an embarrassing walk. That's an embarrassing walk of shame. Okay. But the bird in me was like, well, this, we'll get the award by default. Like, let the sister know. I want to know what happened. What happens with the award? We can't let the award waste. But if I was Will, I'm like, I don't want that award. Like, that really, I don't want to be getting nothing by default. Okay. Inga, you said Aunt Viv is naive and gullible. Nobody paying attention to what's going on with the cards. And I'm saying, your child over here with the coke habit of 3 years. 1,000 days this boy been sniffing and snorting the what? His nose was bleeding at breakfast last week. And this is even before Vivian's over here messing with the artwork. She just started doing that 3-4 months ago. Now, don't get me wrong, Carlton admitted, like, I'm a good drug addict. I can hide it real well. I can tell anybody what they want to hear. But I don't know. I'm too nosy as a person, and I will never say never. But I'm just saying, that's a lot, okay? So they get home, and of course, Phil is ready to get it in, okay? The blazer getting unbuttoned, the tie is getting loose as a goose, okay? He's like, yes, I'm ready to dig in his ass, okay? And of course, Viv is trying to stop him. I'm like, Viv, stop stopping this man when he trying to lay the law down. This is why Carlton been on coke for 3 years, because you saving these kids every episode, every situation. You want to save these kids. Now, I do understand you need balance in the household, okay? Sometimes you want to have good cop and bad cop, because it can all go wrong. You can go, hard on Carlton, which forces him to go back to the drugs. So I can understand how it could be counterproductive to have two parents screaming on you. So you kind of need to have that balance sometimes. But this ain't the time, bruh. Like, Vivian, you was out of pocket. You always over there interrupting this man. And even Carlton knows. He knows his mama. Because even Phil was like, don't look at her. Don't look at her. She ain't going to save you. Because that's what he's looking for, the bailouts. He's looking for the bailout. And if we keep bailing you out in the house, we're going to have to be bailing you out of the goddamn police department, because you're going to be over here on the drugs, on Skid Row, if you keep playing around with the cocaine, the Carlton, because we already know it goes down from here, okay? Cocaine ain't going to be enough, and then you want to sniff that you want to smoke on that glass pipe. And we already know what happens when you get something to crack. You really don't come back from that for the most part. But I hate when she does this. He be well in his right to tell these kids what's going on, and she always over there bailing them out. Like, come on. Like, I'm going to need you to watch the first season of the original Fresh Prince and get dark-skinned Aunt Viv's spirit back. That's what I need. That's what I need. And Uncle Phil was like, you know what? Because Carlton, he's like, I was doing it for a couple years. And Phil was like, dang. So who are you doing it with? Where are you doing it at? Like, he asking, you learned that in school, who, what, when, why, here. You get all the W's out. He was like, well, it's Bel-Air. Everybody does it. With what money? Yeah, you do have an allowance. So, yeah, that allowance about to get cut off. Carlton about to be over here with no funds, okay? And we are fine with that. You got everything you need up in this house. And then Phil, he asked, well, where do you keep it? In this house. I said, Uncle Phil, now that's kind of a dumb question. Of course, keep it in the house. This big behind house. What you think? I got enough room to hide the coke. And Uncle Phil gets so aggravated because he's still hot from the conversation with Viv. He said, you know what? I'm tired of breaking my back to make everybody happy. I'm tired. And he walks off. Because, Carlton, right before then, he tried to flip it on the well. I understood what Carlton was saying, but at the same time, I think he was still looking for a bailout, because he was like, I understand why I'm not the son you want. And I know you don't want to suffer with anxiety and that have all these problems. And Phil, he didn't really have nothing to say, because he was like, yeah, I'm tired of your ass. Like, I always got something going on. And that's part of the reason why I feel like Carlton be hating on Will, because, he just more athletic, more charismatic. So I definitely feel like that's where some of that jealousy stems from. But at the end of the day, Carlton, there's no excuse, sir. No bailout, sir. You is wrong. Okay? So I did appreciate, after the fact, Phil and Viv, they go into the bedroom, and Phil immediately apologized. He said, I'm sorry about how I reacted. I just need time. And she was like, it's okay. We're going to figure it out, because they both, said, hey, dang, we feel like we failures. Like, how can we let this slip? And, Phil mentioned, like, dang, with all this extra responsibility that we're about to have, it's going to be hard to keep tabs on good old Carlton. So they got some real, decisions they need to make in terms of their careers. And it sucks is because if they drop everything, you may build some form of resentment for having to do so. But at the same time, this is kind of the things I don't want to say you sign up for as a parent, but as a parent equals sacrifice at the end of the day. So we're gonna have to see how they juggle, how they figure this out. Like, is somebody going to have to give up, their path for the other parent so we can balance? But if y'all put Carlton in a rehab, I feel like they can still keep their perspective, career paths, because we got the people over there watching. No, we paying them good money for them to keep tabs on Carlton. I mean, we can schedule some visits every now and then, but let them handle Carlton, okay? I'm sure that them rehab centers is going to be very, very plush and enough for their money, okay? So, Jeffrey, he over there, he do other things, y'all. He even checking the mail. The banks don't even check their bills, y'all. I mean, I'm pretty sure everything's on auto pay and they get it online. But Jeffrey over here do all the things, okay? There's nothing this man don't do. This man grocery shop, do all the things for the kids. Like, Jeffrey, how much they paying you? Let us sister know. I'm nosy. Anywho, he gets his little manila envelope and finds a photograph of him and his son, Frederick, eating. And this is like their first little meeting. So I was like, oh, Lord, now I got to go back to the scene. And so who all the hell was up in this establishment? So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that he's going to be extorted? Because we already know he got thug situations back at London. So is it being extorted, or is somebody just straight threatening his son? I ain't gonna lie now, the old Frederick from Fresh Prince was a scammer. So I ain't ruling out that Frederick over there scamming his daddy for that money, because he was all up in the bank's residence being nosy. So we're gonna have to see where this storyline comes, because it's gonna get deep. Because it takes a lot for good old Jeffrey to get the wool over his eyes. Like, I'm just a little nervous. We're gonna have to get real gully up there in these streets to get to the bottom of this situation, okay? Hey, Inga, you said I can't wait to see what's going on, what's going to happen with Jeffrey. I know, I'm a little nervous. We need Jeffrey. Meanwhile, Uncle Phil goes to Carlton's room. Carlton's over there reading a note from Ashley, feeling more bad for himself. And no words were said. Phil comes in with his robe, seemed real relaxed. And Carlton they hug each other, and they both proceed to cry. Oh my God. Like, I feel like I was in that hug too. Like, I felt so relieved and just so refreshed. I'm like, oh my God, I love this. Like, I'm gonna say it again. I just love the representation here about, our Black men over here being affectionate, being very vocal about how they feel, positively, verbally. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're doing a great job with that, Bel-Air. I love it. So it looks like maybe the next day or a couple days later, we see Aunt Viv. She's pretty much at a crossroads because she's looking at the article with her and old/new/ Janice Aunt Viv. And she's kind of putting that down, and she's looking at that on her little tablet, and then on her computer, you can see she's Googling, rehab center. So I think this is to show us the crossroads she's at, because like, dang, I just fought this woman for this position, and she's probably pondering if she wants to even pursue this. I mean, I'm sure Janice won't mind to take that torch back, but I'm sure Aunt Viv is definitely trying to feel like, dang, like, I don't even know if I need to take this position, because I'm over here, got a whole cokehead as a son I need to take care of. What's up, OT? Thank you for coming through. Yes, I love this show too. So Aunt Viv got a lot to think about. And then we also see Uncle Phil at a crossroads, okay? Oh, Lord. So he's at his desk, and he gets the text from trifling raggedy behind Erica Baker, okay? And of course, the text says, want to grab dinner to talk later. Talk work. That's what she said. Talk work. We know what kind of work she want to do. My treat. I'm like, don't even say my treat. Like Phil can't handle a little $100 dinner. Girl, get out my face. What you trying to do? And at first, he was texting can't tonight. And then he retracts that and puts sure. So I ain't gonna lie, the bird in me immediately wanted to come through the screen and be like, what the F you doing, Uncle Phil? What you doing? But then I had to bring it back and rationalize his thought process. And I'm thinking possibly this is his way of handling Erica. So he could be going to this dinner to do a few different things to kind of smooth things over with her and let her know, hey, ain't no more kissing up on the pecs. No more. I'm a merged man. Check the ring out and leave me the F alone. Or he could be just declining this whole situation and says, hey, I want to go ahead and focus on my family. I can't partner up with Carson and Link. Or he could be the bird I don't think he is, and tries to get some affection from Erica because he ain't feeling Aunt Viv on the way, all the way. I'm hoping it's not the latter. Because I said, if they got Uncle Phil over here trying to cheat or trying to feel good like Halle Berry and Monsters Ball, I'm going to be upset. I know we want the juice and we want the tea and we want all the things to drink for the drama, but I'm going to be upset if Uncle Phil over there smoozing with Erica Baker's old trifling behind, because we know she gonna do any little thing she can. I just know she gonna have that little scheduled surprise business trip, and she forgot to book her room, and they have to sleep in the same room, and she left all of her little fake moo-moos and her respectable nightgowns, and the only thing she has is a little piece of lingerie to go to bed with. Like, I already know Erica got her whole situation planned out to seduce this man. Uncle Phil, I need you to make smart decisions here, sir. You're chartering in horrible territory. And Vivian, you need to peep game. Peep game. Because Erica ain't ish, okay? Yes, OT, they got history that's dangerous. He said, wait, black men don't cheat. If you don't get on my face with that Carlos Miller slash oh my God. Well, I can't think of his name. Not Charlemagne. Charlemagne too, he say that, but somebody else. The other short one. I don't know why I can't think of his name. I've seen him a million times. Anywho, Inga, you said, I don't know what the heck Uncle Phil doing. Child. I'm just hoping for the best, and they just kind of playing with us because it's the finale, and they want to pull us back in for season 3. Y'all don't gotta do all that. Y'all don't have to do all that. Okay, I'ma still be watching, but I think they're trying to play with us a little bit. Okay, I hope. And so this is apparently this is the next day because Will and Lisa, they're, talking about how last night was crazy with Carlton. And they're going to try to do their best to be there for him. And they're talking about the school year ending and what Bel-Air is like. Yes, Lil Duval. Thank you, Samira. I'll be getting live brain. I'll be forgetting people's names. But they're talking about, what Bel-Air is like in the summertime and, just having a cute little moment, going to class. And of course, I was surprised they had Summertime playing in the background. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was in my feelings. I'm like, oh my God, this is so smart, so fitting to have this song playing right now. Like, that's what you knew. In the 90s, you knew summer was approaching when it was like, early May or so. And you hear Summertime on the radio, it's about to be lit. It's about to be a popping summer. It's about to be some cookouts. It's about to be bomb, pool, beach, wherever you was at, you knew it was about to be on and popping when the Summertime song came on. So I was definitely happy to hear that. And the episode goes off after that. I'm just like, they did a good job. This was a great finale. Let me know what y'all rate this episode and what y'all rate this season. I'm gonna give this season, I'm gonna give it a good 8. Maybe in between an 8, 8.5. And I'm going to give the episode probably an 8.5, 9. There were parts of the season where I'm just like, I never disliked anything, but I don't know. I felt like I wanted a little more. Don't ask me what more of what. I don't know, but I just wanted something a little more. I don't know. But I did enjoy it. I enjoy, Bel-Air. But honestly, feel like season 3 is about to bring some heat. I really feel like they're gonna put the foot on the gas, y'all. They got drama with Jeffrey. We might have to go across the pond and handle some folk, okay? We got Phil over here being reckless with Erica. Okay, we got Carlton trying to wean off the booger sugar. We got both parents trying to figure out their career paths in the mix. We're going to have Will and Lisa. We don't know how much drama they're going to bring, but summertime, teenagers, we don't know. Ashley, she's going to be, brushing up her, LGBTQ aspirations during the summer with Olivia. And yeah, we're gonna see the little love triangle that Hillary's gonna be in, because I don't feel that her and Jazz is over for some reason. I feel like LaMarcus is gonna reveal something that she ain't gonna be with, and she's gonna be at a crossroads. Okay. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. We gotta wait another year, I'm sure. A whole nother year. Why they be doing this? Like, this is too much. OT, you say you give it a 9 and a 9. Okay. HEA, you said 8. Raw 94, 9 seasons, 8 episodes, 9 for the season, 8 for the episode. Okay. Inga, you say give it 8.5. And yes, season 3 will be good. Yes, I agree. Y'all. But this was really, really good. But thank y'all for coming through on this Tuesday. Okay. I appreciate y'all. One show out for the books. Okay. Of course, I have some other things coming down the pipe. HEA, you said I needed Will mom to come to town. That would have been nice too. Maybe we'll see her some more next season. Question for y'all: since Will is having feelings about Lou, do you think we'll see Lou season 3? I was kind of thinking that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Lou back and they try to figure their little relationship out. That would be kind of interesting, because Will cursed them clean out. He cursed that man clean out. Okay, I'm like, ooh, we talking like this in the mansion? Like, Okay, then. Thank you, Daria. I appreciate your consistent support. I really love you guys. Inga, you said I thought he was going to show up now. Yeah, I guess we had enough going on. But when things pipe, well, they ain't really going to pipe down. But I guess when the time is right in terms of the writer's perspective, we'll see Lou, a.k.a. Marlon Wayans. I love me some Marlon Wayans, y'all. But y'all, thank you. Please stay tuned. Of course, y'all know I still review Power Book 2. There's a few more episodes of that, child. Oh, Lord, it's a lot going on there. And of course, I'm going to be releasing or having some extra lives when it comes down to the last 2 episodes. So please keep your notification bells on for that. I'll be picking back up my review for the original Power, most likely next week or the week after next. I stopped off at episode 3, season 4. So we'll be recovering season 4, episode 4 when I do. I definitely will give y'all at the very latest a few days notice when I do that, but it's always going to be Wednesdays at 8:15. And I have a few other things planned, trying to figure out what movies I'm going to review, because I have a long list. Okay. But please support your girl. Please like this video, subscribe if you are not a subscriber. I mean, what are you doing? Stop playing with my emotions, Smokey. Go ahead and subscribe. It's free. It don't cost nothing. I ain't charging you. Like, what's the problem? Oh, God, Inga, thank you. Good night, HEA. Good night. I appreciate it. But yes, y'all. Oh, I like that, HEA. Lou being mixed up with Doc. That would be a lot. But that would have been a cute little spin. But I guess we don't need no more things messing with Will and his heart child, because he done cried enough this season, okay? I'm like, if you don't stop them crocodile's tears, Will, because you'll be doing a lot, okay? But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. And I'll see y'all next for Power, unless I feel froggy. and come with a little live. But y'all, I got a lot of work to do in my 9 to 5, so I may have to just take a couple days to get some things going, child, because these people gonna have me. They got me working. Okay, not just working, but working. Okay, thank you, Peace, Raw 94, and everybody else who is in the chat. And yes, whoever's watching but not chatting, I love y'all too. Okay, thank you, OT. Peace out. And yes, if you're watching replay, let's get down in the comments, and I will see y'all later. Toodles.